Hey gang, welcome back. We're going to talk about Insidious the Last Key today, starring Lynn Shay reprising her role as Elise, and she knocks it out of the park. I mean, completely knocks it out of the park. Um, Going into this film, we're in the fourth installment of a horror series, and it's PG-13. Not a good feeling going into this. The trailer, interesting. But I got to tell you, this is probably, well, it's better than the third one, but I don't think it's better than the first two. But it is really strong. And being the fourth installment, it really, really surprised the shit out of me that it was as good as it was. This one's a little weird, as in the way the film is. We see Elise and her two dorky friends doing their thing. She gets called to come and investigate a house that's really being troubled, and realizes it's the house that she grew up in. So we have a lot of flashbacks to the crap she went through with her father and this gift she has to see and destroy evil entities. Everything about this film has the making of a really good horror film. PG-13 horror films scare the shit out of me because they are usually crap. Now, I've always really called these the MTV generation of films, not just horror, but regular movies out there that are of this type PG-13 bullshit. But I heard a term the other day called the smartphone generation, and I like that better. So this being the smartphone generation type of film, PG-13, it scared me going into it, and I was pleasantly surprised that it was not one of those films. Now, before it started, there were a couple trailers that were, oh yeah, there's no fucking way I'm watching that. That looks like total bullshit. But this one really, really did it. The lighting and the cinematography in this is absolutely great. They do a great job of giving you a very few jump scares, and they don't rely on the jump scares. There's a lot of really creepy atmosphere in this. There's a lot of really good moments where they bring you right to the brink. The jump scares that are in this don't rely on your normal loud noise right before it happens. I mean, when there's a jump scare in this, it's a legitimate scare. It's not a da-da! It's like, oh shit, there's somebody there, and it's done really well. I enjoyed the entire film. I hope that there is a fifth. They do have the fan base for this. Anything that's got James Wan's name on it has my attention. And I don't think I've seen anything that I didn't like so far. And I'll continue to watch. You know, they're really, 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 really good films. And coming from a horror fan, this is pretty much what we get. I mean, there's not a lot of... We're not going to get the horror films that I enjoy, you know, pre-70s horror, you know, is my thing. Even the 80s horror. Now, when we get into the 90s horror, it's bullshit anyway, you know. I consider Scream the downfall of horror. Myself, I'm not a fan whatsoever. But this is what we get nowadays, and this is what, luckily, we have a fan out there that's making horror films or producing horror films or whatever. However he has his hands in the pot is okay with me. I love these. Now back to Insidious the Last Key. Get out there and see this. This is really, really, really good. The flashbacks to learn about Elisa's past are magnificent. They really, really, really are. And then we have the newer grade that comes in, the newer people that are in the time where she's going to help these people. And then there's like this sub-story that ties into her father and stuff like that. That's really, really interesting. It doesn't fall off anywhere. It keeps you entertained the entire time. So go see it. It's not your typical PG-13 horror film, I promise. So until next time. Oh, one more thing. Anybody that's a regular viewer of this channel, I really appreciate you. You're really, you've really stuck by some stupid shit over the years. But I don't normally make New Year's resolutions, but I think I got one, and I think I'm really, really looking forward to this. I'm going to do a video for every film that I watch. So no matter if it's bad or good, I'm going to watch it, put the camera up, and film it. So I appreciate you guys watching all these years, and that's it. Game over.